Hi guys, it's Susie for Bello's Designs. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you how I dress the Lavinia mice. So let's go through the supplies. I'm going to be using Tilly and Tango for today. However, any of the mice will work. Tilly and Tango are LAV 726. I'll also be using the Open Poppy from the Group Poppy stamp set, LAV 112. The Drooping Dandelion, LAV 754, and the Little Mini Fairy Lantern, LAV 588. Now for our inks, I'm going to be using the VersaFine Clair in Nocturne, Warm Breeze, and Summertime. In Distressed inks, I'll be using the Spice Marmalade and Peacock Feathers. I'll also be using a black fine tip pen, pair of tweezers, a paintbrush, pair of scissors, a water bottle, and the fabulous Uniball Signo sparkling glitter pens. These things are amazing. I love these. You're also going to need a scrap piece of paper. Okay, so let's get started. So before I get started, I just wanted to send a big shout out to KJ Mecca, I believe is how you pronounce her last name, for the inspiration behind this video. She's the one that came up with the idea to use the flowers for little skirts. I just changed the way of doing them. I also wanted to share with you that I did come down with COVID about 3 weeks ago, and I'm still having some breathing issues, so I hope you'll bear with me as I try to get through this video. But that being said, with the holidays coming up, let's get these little mice dressed. Okay. Now, to dress your mouse, you're going to first take your scrap of paper, and we are going to ink up our poppy in Warm Breeze. And I'm just going to ink the head of the poppy. You don't need the host stamp. Put it down. And now we're going to cut that out. And that's going to be our mask. And you don't have to worry about cutting these out real well. As a matter of fact, you want to go into it. Instead of cutting right on the line, cut into your stamped piece a bit. And I leave little points on the sides. And you'll see why in just a minute, why I do that. Okay. You can see I wasn't careful about that at all. I left a lot of ink behind. That's perfectly fine. Matter of fact, you kind of want that. All right, setting that aside, I am going to grab a scrap piece of paper here. And I'm going to grab our little mouse. And I don't know if this is Tilly or Tango. I'm not sure anybody really knows which one's which. But we're going to take our mask now. And we're going to take the ink side. And we're going to flip it over and put that on its belly. And just line it up wherever you want that little dress to be. And now we're going to ink up our mouse in the Nocturne, going right over our flower mask. And this is why I said you don't have to worry about being perfect at cutting your mask out, because you're going to end up with these lines here where the ink's not going to get to it. Now, you could use copy paper. The thing I did find out about copy paper and doing this, when you ink up, you're putting so much ink on that paper that it'll bleed through and you'll end up with a ghost shadow. So, pulling this off, throw it away. And now he kind of looks like a panda bear. And we're just going to stamp him down. Okay. Now going back to our puppy stamp, in our warm breeze. Again, just inking the flower and not the stem. If you get a little on the stem, just wipe it off. And I didn't quite get the entire flower there. There we go. And now you can position your flower onto your mouse. And there we go. And this is where you want your little fine line pen, because now you can go up and just fill in the spots where it needs to be. And this one inked up pretty good. And that's how I dress my mice. Now, you can color it. For that, I'm going to be using the distressed ink. But you can use markers, colored pencils, whatever it is that you like to color with. So just laying down and doing this rather quickly, so you just get the idea. And I'm not using watercolor paper right now, so it can buckle on you doing this. There we go. And then grabbing our gorgeous glitter pens. Technically, you should wait until this is dry, but, you know, we're just going to go for it today. But look at the sparkle from those pens, and it keeps that color. I've got a lot of sparkle pens, but I got to tell you, normally after they dry, they lose a lot of that. These do not. These keep their color. Let's give her a little. And then you can even do a little necklace, maybe a little earring, whatever it is that you prefer. But by doing it this way, you don't get that ghost shadow under her flower. Now I'm going to show you a different one. This time, I'm also going to show you why I do it the way I do. Now this one I stamped with the word boo. Don't ask me where that stamp came from. I've had it forever. I don't know what brand it is, but it's going to work for today. So I'm going to take our little fairy lantern, and I've already stamped some on a piece of copy paper. I'm just going to cut those out quick. That's the one thing nice about this. You don't have to be careful of how you do this. And cutting into this design, you have less to fill in after you stamp. So this time I'm going to be using our other little mouse. And again, putting the ink side down. And I'm putting technically the bottom of the lantern is going up. And we're just going to stick that, kind of position it where we want. Let's go down a little bit. And there we go. And we're going to ink up our mouse again. And you want to ink it up really good because it's a one-time shot. Grab my tweezers, pull that off. That's why I leave those little points, so you've got something to grab onto, so you're not getting ink all over your fingers. This is why I do it the way I do, because now I can take my mouse and I can put it at any angle I want to. Whereas if I'd have done it just by stamping the flower and then masking the flower, I don't have the ability then to adjust it or hope that it hits the right spot. So now I'm going to ink up in our summertime, our little fairy lantern. And again, you don't want that stem in there. So we'll just wipe that off. And we can position our lantern. Now grabbing our black pen again and just kind of drawing this in. And I'm sure you'll do a better job than I'm doing right now, since I'm just trying to hurry. So you don't have to sit here forever watching me fill this. So just fill in the little legs. You'll do a way better job. I know you will. All right. So let's have just a little more fun. If I can find them. Here we go. Let's give her a lantern to hold on to. This is not on my list of stamps, so it's LAV 728 small lanterns. It's like once you get started doing this, you just keep finding more things to add to it. So, whoops. I need a little stamp block here. I'm just going to use part of the stamp. And I'm just going to grab a little scrap of paper here. I want to go over that. And there we go. Now she's holding the lantern. Now how cute would that be to take and use it on a little treat bag? Perhaps you got a special little trick-or-treater, or maybe some grandkids, whatever. Just take and fold it in half. Then you could staple that onto a Ziploc bag full of treats. How fun is that? You can color this part in, whatever you want to do with it. It's great. Now I am going to do one more. That's also not on my list, but I'll have it all on the links down below. So just grabbing another piece of scrap paper here. We're going to take, this is the Dandelions LAV 166. And I'm going to show you, this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's my little ballerina mouse. So again, taking a scrap piece of paper. And this time I think I'm going to do it in pink. So this is Charming. And I need a stamp block here. That one's not big enough. Grab another one. Now this one you cut out just a little different. That's why I'm going to show this one to you right now. So just grabbing our scrap paper again, stamping it down for our mask. Now, I want these to go over the arms. I just think it looks so much cuter. So to get that effect, you're going to take and actually cut those off on your mask. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. Again, I'm leaving points on both sides because inevitably, whenever I think, okay, I got to cut this side off for my points, I get the wrong one. So if you do it on both sides, you know you got it right. So there we go. Again, you don't want to cut right up to the edge because that's just going to leave a bigger gap on your mouse when you ink it up in black. Okay, let's see. Which one should we use? I think I'll be using this one. Clean it off a second. This one's kind of dancing. Give it a bit of a cleaning. All right, we're just going to position this on him again. And I'm going to ink up my mouse again in the black nocturne. And ink it up really well. Grab my tweezers. And just stick your mouse down. Grabbing our dandelion again and our charming pink. Now you want to get that stem cleaned off. You do not want that part on there. Now we're going to position our stamp. And how cute is that? Now just fill it in. Okay, I'm going to turn it. It's so much easier. And fill in our little legs here. Just a little bit. And there we go. And taking our sparkly pens, I'm going to grab the pink. You can decorate these any way you want to then. But going around and just maybe filling in the little poofs with some little dots. And again, I'm not being careful because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me make dots all day. You, I know, are going to do a much better job on this. I'm just here to give you the idea. Perhaps maybe a little necklace for her, or maybe just do the top of the dress here. Just add a little band of color. Perhaps a little necklace, a little earring. And since she looks like a little princess ballerina, maybe we take her silver pen and we just give her a little tiara. Oh, wait. Don't stop now. I'm going to grab the little dandelion head out of this set. This is the Foliage Set 2. And this is LAV 695. I will list all this in the description box below. That's the problem with these little guys, is once you get started, the ideas just keep coming. So I really hope that you guys try these and then post them, because I'd love to see what you guys come up with. So I'm just going to take this little dandelion head here. Get my nocturne. Let's use Charming. I'll give her a pink little poof wand. Oh, I misstamped a little bit. That's okay. Like I said, I know you're going to do a much better job than I'm doing right now. My bigger problem is if I lean over so I can see what I'm doing, then you can't see because my head will be in the way. And there we go. How much fun is that? All right, let's do one more. This time I'm going to use the bent dandelion. And I am going to just do this in black today. Because basically the point of this is showing you that by blocking off your your mouse, instead of blocking the flower or masking it, you can position it wherever you want it to go. Now I already have a little mask cut out here. So I think we'll just use this guy again. So this one I'm using the poppy again. Positioning it on our little mouse. Inking with the nocturne. Now, if you're going to be doing a lot of these, like for the little treat bags, etc., you can cut your mask out on a sheet of plastic. Now, I've got a laminator. I do a lot of bookmarks, laminate them, etc. The cutoffs from your laminating sheets are just a really nice thin plastic. If you have acetate sheets, you can do that too. The only thing is when you stamp on this, your ink does not stick. So do not put your fingers in it while you're cutting them out. It will make a mess. However, by doing it on a piece of laminate or an acetate sheet, you can just wipe it off and use it over and over and over again, and then you're not taking all your time cutting these guys out or cutting all your little flower masks out. So then you can just go crazy and make as many as you want. I'm not a big one to sit and cut for hours, so I'm always looking for faster ways to do things, and that worked. Because I was making so many. This one I'm just going to do up in Charming. And you can do these in any color you've got. I always try to match my other inks, my water-based inks, to the colors for painting, but you can use colored pencils, markers, whatever. Just make sure that they kind of match. And then just have fun with it. So again, just sticking it down. But now I got that mouse right where I want her. And I don't have to worry about it. So, and you don't even have to color in your flower. You could actually just take your glitter pen and just put a bunch of glitter on it. So if you don't have matching pens or inks, it's just a quick way to give it a little bit of sparkle. Grabbing my black pen again, fill that in. And there we go. So now, by masking off your stamp, you can position your little mouse anywhere you want it to go. And you don't end up with a little ghost shadow underneath it. So, I hope you had fun with that. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. But please, just have fun. I'd love to see what you do with these guys. So, until next time, remember, stay crafty.